This is a presentation of Magnitude Sports.
And he's going to get that base hit. Landon Donner is going to round third. They're going to send him, and the throw's coming in. It's not going to be in time, and he slides in head first for the win. Now, looks to be that one's hit well to left field, and it might have a chance, and it is gone. It is a two-run home run for Andy Mock. And the Stars are on the board. It's 2-0.
And now, the cameras are ready. The headset is on. It's game time.
All right, welcome. We're live here in Omaha, Nebraska, home of the Omaha North Vikings during the high school season here. And, well, it's been a crazy day today. This game that you're watching right now was not even supposed to be played. The matchup is different. The times are different. The Stars are supposed to play at 9 a.m. this morning as they take the field, and they will be the home team in this particular game here, taking on Wendy's Collision Center out of St. Paul, Minnesota. They'll be in the red. They'll be the visitors on the scoreboard here today. And we certainly appreciate you tuning in, being patient throughout the day here. Once again, with the Stars had games at 9 and 11:30 scheduled originally, and now they are just playing the one game today at 4 o'clock, and tomorrow's still up in the air as far as when we're playing, and there's a chance of thunderstorms tonight and through the overnight and up until about 2 o'clock tomorrow. The West Fargo Patriots are supposed to be playing at 8:30 tonight over at Creighton Prep. That's about 20 minutes away from the field that we're at right now. And if we get out of here on time and the weather does not game, we will get over and get the West Fargo Patriots game on the air for you here. But first things first, we're supposed to play 2. We were kind of curious how they would react in a 9 a.m. game after a long bus ride from Fargo to Omaha, but now we don't have to worry about that. They were able to sleep in. This morning, the grounds crew here, I know the field looks a little bit rough as you look on your I know the field looks a little rough as you look at it on your screen there, but we have to give kudos to the grounds crew for doing the best job they possibly can, because this field was a disaster about 9 o'clock this morning when I rolled by the field for the first time. It was muddy, and it was absolutely unplayable, and to bring it up to where it's at right now is just outstanding, and they did a fantastic job. You can probably see in the camera there that it is raining a little bit here. We are expected to have rain showers between now and 6 o'clock. And matter of fact, they just updated the hour-by-hour forecast. A 70% chance of thunderstorms at 5 o'clock. So in about 40 minutes from now, we'll see how much of this game actually gets played or not. My guess is that if it rains, they'll play it until the field becomes unplayable, and then 30-minute delays for any lightning occurrences, flashes that may occur. But like I said, we'll take it minute by minute, and we'll go as is. I want to thank Microsoft, Sean Carlson at Town and Country Credit Union, and we're already ready to go here as they are not wasting any time. And the first pitch comes at 4:21 p.m., and it's fouled off for a strike. Easton, check that. I need to flip-flop my home and away here really quick. All right, this is Christian Darwin at the plate here. Around the bases for post 400. Colton Almy, your starting pitcher. Tate Gustafson catching. Andy Mock at first. Kobe Sen at second. Easton Rarick, the shortstop. Jackson Byswinger at third. And the outfield here after the 0-1 pitch to Darwin from Almy. And that one's going into the gap in left center. And that is the leadoff base hit. Good for a single there for Christian Darwin, and make it a double as he's going to go to second. That'll bring up Curtis Buchanan. And I want to thank, let me double check, let me say that again. Curtis Buchanan III is the official name there. I want to make sure I get it right for any of the Wendy's Collision fans that are tuning in today. We certainly appreciate you tuning in. We wish your team the best of luck here in this game. So that'll clear the count here for Curtis Buckman, and we're standing on second is Darwin. Almy will look at Darwin, stare him down, and deliver the pitch low for a ball. It's 1-0. Once again in the outfield, you got Caden Graff in left, Jacob Jaraszewski in right, and Ethan Claus in straightaway center field. As the rain continues to come down, it says on the weather app that it's a drizzle that'll end in about 31 minutes. I'd say it's a moderate to heavy drizzle if they're going to call it a drizzle, but rain nonetheless here as that pitch will come in for ball number 2 now. Here to Buchanan. He'll step out as time is called, step back in, remains a 2-0 count. Runner on second once again is Christian Darwin there for Wendy's Collision Center once again out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Once again, we'll blame any internet issues we have on the weather, and if it turns out to be really bad, we'll upload the recording later, immediately after the game here. So, didn't have any problems yesterday at Millard South High School, but today we apparently have issues. So, I'll do my best to resolve those issues ASAP. No balls and a strike. All right. Hopefully it'll clear up here in just a moment for you. Now it's 1 ball, 1 strike here to the batter, and that is Tyler Steimer. Buchanan walks. Pitch comes in for a ball. 2 balls and a strike here to Tyler Steimer. Once again, Microsoft, Sean Carlson, Town and Country Credit Union, Dr. Tiffany Johnson at Healing Touch Chiropractic, Network Center, Old Chicago, Old Terrain, Grounds Maintenance, Bell Bank, just a few of our many sponsors supporting our trip down here to Omaha to support the broadcasts here for the Post 400 Stars, and we'll also cover as many other AKA local teams as we can around the Stars schedule here in the tournament, which has been up in the air. Finally got a game finally got the team on the field here in Omaha after they were supposed to be on the field about 13 hours ago. And as you can see, the weather isn't absolutely perfect, but it's certainly a blessing in disguise, you could say, because when we arrived at the field here before it started raining, the humidity level was absolutely insane. And so this rain is probably welcome for most of the people who had to deal with that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count here. And that one will come into the dirt. And that's a full count at 3-2. All right, I think those internet issues are cleared up now from the early part of the first inning here, so we appreciate you standing by with us, and mental note made on the settings for any other games we do at this particular field. So once again, you got Tyler Steimer facing a full count here at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Colton Almy on the mound here for the Post 400 Stars. Steimer will drill that one into right field. And that will juice up the bases here for Daniel Bauer. And we already have a visit to the mound here for Post 400. As Coach Bryant will go out and have a few words with Almy and the crew. Once again, bases loaded. You got Christian Darwin on third, Curtis Buchanan the third on second. Say that 3 times fast. Tyler Steimer on first, Daniel Bauer the batter here, as the conference on the mound will come to a conclusion here. We'll clear the count here for Bauer. Also want to thank Bobcat, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Doolittle's Wood Fire and Grill for sponsoring this trip down here to Omaha for the Post 400 Stars. And that one will come in for a strike. Nice pitch there by Colton Almy, and it's 0-1 here to Bauer. Once again, nobody out, and the base is loaded. A big chance here for Wendy's Collision Center to cause some damage here if they can get contact on one of these pitches here from Almy. He'll make contact, but not the kind of contact he was looking for, and they'll be 0-2. So Bauer will strike out, brings up Jose Gonzalez. 8 minutes into the game. Also want to thank Fargo Parts District, Frank's Lounge, General Equipment and Sales, Goldmark, and Mr. Ed's Bingo Casino Supply for sponsoring the trip for the Stars down here into Omaha, Nebraska. And that one, a line drive to center, and making the grab there is Ethan Claus. He'll toss it back in. Runner will tag on third, and he will score. That's Darwin coming in from third to make it 1-0 on the sac fly by Gonzalez out into center field. Other 2 runners will hold at first and second, takes a runner off third. And that brings up Max Weber. Looks like we'll have a courtesy runner at first base here for Steimer. And it appears that that courtesy runner is Connor Hogg. So Connor Hogg on first, Curtis Buchanan the third on second. And the batter once again is Max Weber. Only 1 hit in the game so far here, as that pitch will come in a little bit low, but at knee level for a strike, and it's 0-1 here to Max Weber. The 2 coaches for Wendy's Collision Center are father and son, and they're really nice individuals, and they helped me out with getting the roster and their lineups, and they had to make some last-minute changes, and they made sure that I was one of the first to know. So that is absolutely great. I got an infield single here. I didn't quite see what happened because the post was in my way. Look, and they will indeed put that as a hit, so it won't be an error, and that will be an infield hit for Weber, and that will load the bases once again here for Wendy's Collision Center, as that moves Curtis Buchanan the third up to third, and Connor Hogg at second, Max Weber at first. The batter now, Connor Warshak. Bases loaded with one away. Check that, with two away, excuse me. First pitch comes in for a ball here to Warshak. And the pitch up high and in for a ball. I'll level the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. No, check that. I'll make it 2 balls and no strikes. My apologies there. Buttons are sticking here in the humidity of, well, we'll blame it on the humidity anyway. It's probably operator error, to be honest with you, but we're going to blame it on the humidity. 2-0 the count here. And the pitch, and that one's going to be popped up right over our broadcast station, and now you can put a strike on the board, and it's 2-1. On deck is batter number 8, Jalen Davis. He'll be followed by Tyler Shannon if Warshak can reach base without getting one of the runners on a force out. As Almy will step off, and that will force Hogg to go back to second base. Rain's 2-1 here. Zalmi will wind up and he'll deliver. That one's a little bit low, 3-1. And that one's fouled back to the left side of your viewing screen there, and that's good for strike 2, and it's a full count now here to Warshak. So once again, bases loaded, 2 away, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and a big payoff pitch coming up here for Colton Almy. We'll see if he can get the K or if he will. That's about the only good thing that could happen. I guess a pop out would be the second best thing that could happen here if you're a Stars fan. And that'll be grounded right towards Rarick, and he will toss it over to first. And that'll be it for the first inning of play. 1 run on a couple of hits, and bases loaded. The run will not count, so they'll leave 3 on base, and that will end it. A ground out, and it's 1-0 in favor of Wendy's Collision Center here as we move into the bottom of the first with the Stars to bat when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the first. And due up will be Easton Rarick, Ethan Claus, and Kobe Sen for the top of the order. The rest of the lineup here for the Post 400 Stars will look like this. Batting in the middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6 for Post 400 is going to be Colton Almy, the pitcher, Andy Mock, the first baseman, Caden Graff in left field. And then the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 will be the catcher, Tate Gustafson, the third baseman, Jackson Beiswinger, and the right fielder, Jacob Jaraszewski. And that will be 1 through 9 here for the Post 400 Stars. Starting on the mound here for Wendy's Collision Center's Daniel Bauer, number 00. Tyler Steimer will be catching the pitches of Bauer. And then around the bases, you got Warshak at first, Davis at second, Weber the shortstop, Jose Gonzalez at third. And then the outfield, you got Curtis Buchanan the third and left, Tyler Shannon in center, and Christian Darwin in right field. And now Easton Rarick steps up to the plate to start the bottom of the first here in the field of North Omaha, home of the North Omaha Vikings. And the pitch is in for a strike. So far, so good here for Daniel Bauer, and it's 0-1 here to Rarick. Once again on deck is Ethan Claus, Kobe Sen to follow. As the rain continues to fall here in the north part of Omaha City, and a swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 now here to Easton Rarick. 2 pitches, 2 strikes for Bauer. Couldn't ask for anything better than that if you're a Wendy's Collision Center fan. And the windup in the 0-2 delivery, and that one's up high and out for a ball, 1-2. Once again, Goldmark, O'Keefe, O'Brien, Leeson, Foss Law Offices, The Power Connection, Starion Bank, TCI Insurance, Valley Landscaping, Western Products, and Go Promo. A few of our other sponsors supporting the Stars on their trip to Omaha this weekend, and I should say this week/this weekend, and that pitch will even up the count at 2-2. And here's the 2-2 delivery, nobody on, and that one will just miss. We'll have a full count here at 3-2. Home plate umpire, talked to him for a little bit right before we went on the air. Really nice guy. He actually umpires some games down in Austin, Texas as well. So he's traveling a little north here today. He does live here in the Omaha area. Or no, I think he told me he used to live here and he lives in Austin. One of the two. Maybe I have it flip-flop. But wherever he lives, he's a good guy. I like him. And we'll see if the fans continue to like his balls and strike calls as we go out through this game here. And there'll be a walk. They'll put the first runner on for Rarick and the Stars. That brings up Ethan Claus. He'll face pitch number 7 from Daniel Bauer. Once again, 1-0 in favor of Wendy's Collision Center here on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard. As Bauer will set, he'll glance at first and deliver, and trying to pull bunts at foul for a strike, and it's 0-1. One run on it, should be 1 run on 3 hits for Wendy's Collision Center, and then no errors and 3 left on base. And that pitch comes in to even the count at a ball and a strike. So 1-1 here to Ethan Claus. Kobe Sen waiting in the wings on deck. Bauer delivers, and he'll check his swing, hold it back, ball 2.
Hey, Trevor, who's all up there? Just those 4? No. Who is?
And that one will be fouled away for a strike.
Is Donovan here? Liam?
Nobody out, 2-2. Runner on is Easton Rarick on first. Bauer will wind and deliver, and now a snap throw back up to first. Rarick back in time. Pitch comes across for a ball, and it's 3-2. That one's fouled back into the backstop. It'll remain 3-2. And then the other umpire standing behind Daniel Bauer, talked to him a little bit at the concession stand, which is directly beneath us, and introduced myself, and he was kind enough to come up and let me know who was going to be the home and away team here, as they do coin flips on these matchups, so we never know until right before the game starts. And that strikeout will put out number 1 on the board. Here's Kobe Sen now stepping into the box. And that one will be fouled for a strike, 0-1. one's fouled back for strike number 2. So it's 0-2 now here to Kobe Sen on a couple of fouled away pitches, and Daniel Bauer, 8 strikes on 15 pitches according to my numbers unofficially. This is the 3rd game of our trip here in Lincoln. We had the 2 West Fargo games yesterday. They picked up 2 wins. One over the 52's Patriots, a.k.a. Millard South. And more on that in a moment here as Sen will drill that into center field. It'll land for a base hit. And he's going to try for 2, and the throw to third's not in time. It's a double that advances Rarick to third, putting 2 men in scoring position here for Colton Almy.
Double to center field brings up pitcher number 16, Colton Almy.
Did Donovan really send a text in the group chat? Do we really have to be here at 4:30? No, I'm done looking.
Once again, West Fargo picking up a couple of wins yesterday. In that first game against Watertown, they would defeat them 9-2. A game in which Watertown laser beamed a home run over the left field wall on the 3rd pitch of the game to take a 1-0 lead, but that'd be about all the damage they would cause in that game, as West Fargo would come back and take them out 9-2. And then in that second game, they'd play the 52's Patriots, which is a team based out of the Millard South High School. Patriots, and then they would defeat them yesterday as well, picking up 2 wins. And they'll play Lincoln East tonight. The game's scheduled for 8:30, assuming that the weather cooperates here, as it's no balls and 2 strikes to Colton Almy with the runners on 2nd and 3rd. And Almy blasts that one foul and out of play, and it'll remain an 0-2 count here to Colton Almy. Colton Almy does have 1 home run this season. Matter of fact, all the home runs for the Stars have been hit on road games this year. They haven't hit one at Starion Field yet. We'll see if they can change that. Of course, they haven't had a lot of games at Starion Field this season. They've been on the road for the most part. That pitch is a little high, and that makes it a 1-ball and 2-strike count. Following the trip here to Omaha, Nebraska, the Magnitude will head up to... guess it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Magnitude will head up to Watertown for the Astros in Watertown on Monday the 29th. And then the Stars will travel up to Williston.
And striker brings up first baseman number 18, Andy Mock.
And then after the trip to Williston on the 30th, they'll head south a little ways and make a stop in Dickinson, and then they'll come back home to Fargo, and they'll finally get some home games. So they've been away for a while, but they're not going to be away forever. As that pitch comes outside, ball 1 here to Andy Mock, as Almy will strike out for the 2nd out of the inning. That one will hit the corner for a strike, 1-1. To Andy Mock. Once again, runners on. Kobe Sen on 2nd, Easton Rarick on 3rd. Caden Graff on deck if Mock can reach base. He'll drill that one foul over the Wendy's Collision Center dugout. One and 2 here. Bauer will wind up and deal. And that one's going to left field. Popped up, charging in, he'll drop for a hit. Scoring is Rarick, and coming around 3rd from 2nd is Kobe Sen, and it's a 2-run RBI single for Andy Mock, and the Stars take the 2-1 lead.
Single in the left brings up left fielder number 11, Caden Roth.
So the Stars now leading here as Caden Graff steps up to the plate. And that pitch up high, and that's a wild pitch. Took a hard bounce off the backstop and rolled almost all the way up to first base. Andy Mock will get the 2nd, no problem. Pitch comes in for a ball. It's 1-0. Checking the ball there to make sure Seen a lot of pitches, wild pitches and pass balls hit the backstop, but I've never seen one ricochet off like that one did. One ball, no strikes. 2 away. Runner on second is Andy Mock. Once again, Caden Graff at the plate, and he'll take the pitch high for a ball. It's 2-0. Once again, Go Promo along with Dr. Tiffany Johnson at Healing Touch Chiropractic, Sean Carlson at Town and Country Credit Union and Microsoft, along with Old Chicago, Bell Bank, and Bobcat, making broadcast coverage possible here this weekend and weekend in Omaha. It's about a 12-minute drive from the field to the team hotel. It's team hotel actually in Iowa, and that one will be get past Bauer into center field. That's good for a base hit. Andy Mock will score, and that's 3-0 lead now here for So I'll bring out the catcher, Tate Gustafson. Three runs on 3 hits so far here for the Stars. Not mistaken, all 3 of them have come on 2 outs. I know 2 of the 3 have come on 2 outs, so see if the Stars can get another one in here as that pitch comes across for a ball. It's 1-0. And now Gustafson will step back into the box here and settle in. He'll face the 1-0 count here from Bowers. He winds and deals up high, ball 2. On deck is Jackson Beiswinger if Gustafson can reach base. That one will paint the corner for, nor will it? Okay, 3 balls, no strikes. No strike on that pitch, and we'll see if Bauer can get the free strike here, and he can. So now it's 3-1. Stars originally scheduled to, no strikeout. No, I'm sorry, no strikeout. It's just strike 2. Stars originally scheduled to play at 9 and 11:30 tomorrow morning. We'll see if that changes or not, as they are expected to have some showers activity over the overnight and into the morning. So, and that'll be a full count walk. So, runners on first and second.
The walk brings up third baseman, number 13, Jackson Beiswinger.
So now Jackson Beiswinger will take a crack at it here. He's batter number 8 in the lineup for the Stars. Both teams batted through 8 batters before they collected their 3rd out. We'll see if the Stars can do one better and go through the whole lineup or not. Pitch comes in for a strike. Nice delivery there by Bauer. It's 0-1. Once again, Caden Graff on second, take Gustafson on first, and the pitch is high and in. Beiswinger's pushed off the plate a little bit on that one. They'll level the count at 1-1. Of course, the games in the Creighton Prep Classic, supposed to have 5 games at Millard High School today. That one will be cracked into center field. And coming in to score here will be Caden Graff, and that makes it 4-1 here in favor of the Post 400 Stars.
Single at the middle brings up right fielder number 5, Jake Geroski.
So the RBI single will score the run, make it 4-1 in favor of Post 400. Now it's Jacob Jaraszewski stepping up to the plate here. And he's batter number 9 in the lineup, Easton Rarick, top of the order on deck here in the bottom half of the first with 2 away and 2 runners on. Bauer will wind and deliver, and low and out for a ball, 1-0. Gustafson on second, Beiswinger on first. And Bauer delivers the 1-0. And that one's lined into right field. That's good for a base hit. That will likely load the bases. And Gustafson's going to try for home, and he's going to make it. And there's another RBI single for Jacob Jaraszewski. And that makes it 5-1 here in favor of the post 400 Stars in the bottom half of the first inning. And now there's going to be a quick meeting at the mound here for Wendy's Collision Center. So once again, they've scored 4. Let me double check the scorecard here. I believe they scored all 5 of them on 2 outs. No, they did not. They scored 1, 2, 3. 3 of the 5 runs on 2 outs. And then the other 2 runs came in between the 2 outs here. So once again, to reset, Beiswinger moves up to first. Jacob Jaraszewski, let's try this again. Beiswinger moves up to second. Jake Jaraszewski moves to first, and it looks like we have a new pitcher on the mound here for Wendy's Collision Center, and that new pitcher is going to be, let's see here, Jalen Davis is the new pitcher for Wendy's Collision Center. Count will be cleared. He'll face the top of the order. So Daniel Bauer, 37 pitches, 20 strikes, 17 balls. Can't quite close the book on him just yet. He'll be responsible for Beiswinger and Jaraszewski on first and second, should they come around and score. So if they score, we can close the book on Daniels, or if the inning comes to an end, then we can close the book on Daniels. But he'll be on the hook for those 2 runners here as Jalen Davis continues to warm up here for Wendy's Collision Center. Once again, around the bases here for Wendy's Collision Center. Connor Warshak at first. We have a new second baseman now. I'll see if I can track down who that is in just a moment. Max Weber at shortstop. Jose Gonzalez at third. Tyler Steimer behind the plate catching. Curtis Buchanan the third in left. Christian Darwin in right. Tyler Shannon straightaway center. See who that is. It's number 21. So that's Jose Gonzalez. That means we have a new third baseman now. Easton Rarick was walked last time he was stepped up to the plate here in this inning. And that pitch comes in low for a ball here on the first pitch by Davis, and it's 1-0 here to Easton Rarick. And that pitch is up high for 2 balls and no strikes. See if we can get a glimpse at the third baseman there, and that appears to be 0-0. That's the former pitcher there. So the pitcher will move over to third base. Two balls and a strike here to Rarick. Make that 2 balls and 2 strikes now here to Rarick. And that one's low and in, and it's a full count here to Rarick. Oh. A walk would load the bases here for Ethan Claus, who is on deck. Davis will set, deliver the payoff. Runners go, check to swing. He did, and they'll appeal to the other umpire first, and he will be awarded the base. He will go to first, and that will load the bases on a walk.
The walk brings up center fielder, number 15, Ethan Claus.
So Ethan Claus has the bases loaded here with 2 away in the bottom of the first and post 400. leading 5-1 here on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard. 5 runs on 5 hits so far, no errors committed. Pitch is low for a ball to Ethan Claus. He struck out looking last time he was at the plate to record out number 1 of the inning. And we'll see if he records the first out of the second time through the lineup here or not. And the pitch is low for ball 2. Good eye there by Claus to pay attention to where that ball is heading to. And yeah, swing, and I don't know if he got a piece of that or not, but either way, it'll go into the books as a strike, and it's 2-1. Once again, Byswinger on third, Jaraszewski on second, Rarick on first. The runner's on. 2 balls and a strike here to Ethan Claus. And Davis delivers outside, and it's an Ethan Claus / post 400 stars count at 3-1. With the bases loaded here, and the wrong pitch will score another run here for post 400. Davis will lean in, get the signal, and he'll wind up and deliver. Got it in there for a strike, and it's a full count now here to Ethan Claus. So the rain's starting to let up a little bit here, and that one will go into left field for a hit. Scoring is Byswinger. Rounding third from second is Jaraszewski. He will score a 2-run single here for the Stars, and they continue to pour it on with a couple of outs here as they now lead 7-1 here on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard. A little shallow hit to left, scores 2. Puts runners on the corners here for Kobe Sen. Doubled onto right center last time he was at the plate. And the pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Runner goes. That one's popped up and right over our broadcast station here. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Kobe Sen. Colton Almy on deck if Sen can reach base. Jalen Davis now with 13 pitches here. 7 balls, 6 strikes. Bottom of the first as we approach the 40-minute mark of the ball game now. And now that throw is going to go into center field, and that will allow Rarick to go to third and Claus up to second. Throw will come into home to hold the runners, and second and third, 1 ball, 1 strike here as the inning continues for post 400. The windup from Davis, outside for ball 2. Once again, Kobe Sen doubled out to right center last time he was at the plate. And that double scored a run. I believe it was the first run of the game, if I'm not mistaken. And this one will be a little chopper towards Weber at short. He'll pick it up, fire it over, and the stretch by Warshak at first will end the inning as the Stars get 7 runs on 6 hits. They leave 2 on base and commit no errors. And we're back with the second inning of play. After 40 minutes of play, we go to the second inning here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network right after this.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. Go Promo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, Just Go Promo. Visit justgopromo.com.
All right, welcome back. 7 runs on 6 hits in the first inning of play for the post 400 Stars. As they would send 12 batters to the batter's box there in the first inning of play, and they had played 7 of those 12. As Kobe Sen would ground out to short on a 6-3 to end the inning, and now looks like Jalen Davis will lead things off as it'll be batters 8, 9, and 1 for Wendy's Collision Center here in the top half of the second. 1 hour and 45-minute time limit, and also 8 runs after 5 is what I was told the rules are here. So we'll see if one of those or both of those come into play here in this matchup or not. Once again, Jalen Davis up to the plate now. Try and regroup here for Wendy's Collision Center. And the pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Almy now on 24 pitches to start inning number 2. And that one fouled down the first base line. Good for strike 2. Well, the good news is the rain has stopped. Sun's starting to come out and dry things up again here, and we'll see how long that rain stays away here. That one will be drifted out into left, and it will drift foul. So remain 0-2. Not sure which way the wind is blowing, but it certainly looked like that hit was going into straight left and then hit a jet stream and drifted foul. So remain 0-2 here after the fouled away pitch, and it'll be the 4th pitch of the at-bat here for Jalen Davis. Pitcher versus pitcher battle, and now Davis will call time. Swing and a miss, and that's out number 1 of the inning here on the strikeout by Colton Almy, and that'll bring up Tyler Shannon.
Number 8, Steven.
Tyler Shannon steps up to the plate here for Wendy's Collision Center, trailing by 6 here on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard. Also want to thank Goldmark General Equipment Sales, Mr. Ed's Bingo and Casino Supply, O'Keefe O'Brien, Leeson, Foss Law Offices, and the Power Connection, along with Starry and Bank. Just a few of our many sponsors here supporting the Stars and the other local teams down here in Omaha this week and weekend as the pitch comes in for a ball. It's 1-0 here to Tyler Shannon. Colton Almy will deliver a strike. Nice pitch. And that one to left field. And he will make the grab. Nice little jumping grab there by Caden Graff. And that records out number 2.
Now up to bat, number 28, James.
All right, it brings up number 28, Christian Darwin. He doubled into left center in his last time he was at the plate here. As we return to the top of the order now for Wendy's Collision Center. And that pitch will come in for a ball. 1-0 here to Darwin. Curtis Buchanan III is on deck. And the pitch. And did he go? Checks with the first base umpire, and From my vantage point, it looked like he did go, but the first base umpire says it's ball 2. So, or they're recording it as 1-1 on the scoreboard, so maybe it was a strike. Now it's 2. Now it's at least 2 balls. So we'll go with 2-1 until we're told differently here. See if the official gives us any confirmation or not. That one's low. So 3-1 here. Well, the official hasn't argued the scoreboard, so we'll take it as a 3-1 pitch here. And there's a strike. Full count now here to Darwin. And a foul tip caught for the out. And that retires Windy's Collision Center here in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and nobody left on base. And we'll return here with post 400 up to bat, and that'll be Colton Almy, Andy Mock, and Caden Graff. 4, 5, and 6, the middle of the order. When we return after this here on Magnitude.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back. We head to the bottom of the second here. This is Colton Almy stepping up to the plate to lead things off. Once again, the Stars batted 12 batters in the bottom half of the first inning here as we approach the 50-minute mark of the ball game here in the bottom of the second. Pitch comes in for a ball, 1-0 here to Colton Almy. He struck out swinging last time. That was, for I believe, the second out of the first inning. And then the Stars would cruise after that. So that one just a little bit high, and it's ball 2. If you see a little haze on your screen there, that is smoke from the barbecue grill off to our left. And nothing more than that. No need to be concerned. So, although with a 3-0 count, there is a little bit of a level of concern here for Windy's Collision Center here, as they want to try and shake off that first inning and do a little bit better here. And that one's outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk here to Colton Almy. That'll bring up Andy Mock.
4-pitch walk brings up first baseman number 18, Andy Mock.
He singled out into left field last time he was at the plate. Davis delivers, and that's fouled off. Hit the ground and almost immediately stopped rolling. There was no speed on that one at all. The exact opposite of what you'd expect to see on a turf field here is you got a wet grass, and I won't say muddy, but it's definitely not dry. We'll put it that way. Now Mock is going to show bunt here, and he'll pull the bunt back, and the pitch will come up high, and that's a ball, and it's 1-1. Once again, Caden Graff on deck, as Andy Mock represents the number 5 spot in the lineup here for the Post 400 Stars. Leading 7-1 here on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard. Pitch comes outside for another ball. It's 2-1 now. Once again, Colton Almy, the runner, on first. And so far, Davis has been ignoring him. We'll see if that continues or not. And yeah, he will continue to just focus on the pitch. Snap throw back up to first, not in time. 3 balls and a strike now here to Andy Mock. Wind up in the delivery, up high, it's another walk. Runners on first and second now. Now bring up Caden Graff. 1 for 1 with a single in the shallow center last time he was at the plate.
Caden Graff.
And now Graff is showing bunt. And he'll bunt it down the first base line, and it'll roll foul for a strike. Runners will backtrack about 85 feet to their original bases here, and Graff will settle back into the batter's box with an 0-1 count. 52 minutes into the game here with nobody out in the bottom of the second. 2 runners on, Colton Almy on second. Andy Mock on first. Jalen Davis will lean in, get the signal there from Steimer. And now Graff is showing bunt again, and he'll bunt this one right back to Davis. Davis hesitates, and now he'll throw to first. That will be a sacrifice bunt to move Almy to third and Andy Mock to second. Puts one out on the board and brings up Tate Gustafson.
Sacrifice bunt brings up catcher number 3, Tate Gustafson.
Had Jalen Davis hesitated any more than he did, it's possible that Graff would have run out that pitch, but. So runners on second and third now, as that pitch will miss for a ball. It's 1-0. It's a nice cool breeze coming through the field now. And 1-0, and that one, he'll dig deep and foul it away for strike 1. 1 ball and a strike here to Tate Gustafson. Davis winds up, delivers, popped up, foul territory, and the third, he'll make the catch. Bauer makes the catch there. It almost rolled off his glove, but that will record out number 2. And that'll bring up Jackson Beiswinger.
Now it's about third baseman, number 13, Jackson Beiswinger.
Runners will hold at second and third. Now nobody, or 2 out, and count is clear here for Beiswinger, who's singled in the center. Last time he was at the plate, as the pitch comes outside for a ball. It's 1-0 here to Jackson Beiswinger. And that one is a little high. Ball 2. Davis started out strong, throwing 5 out of his first 6 pitches, recorded as strikes. Since then, he struggled. 19 balls, 12 strikes on 31 pitches, according to my numbers unofficially. And 2 balls and no strikes here, and that one will miss for ball 3. So that's the 20th ball thrown by Davis since he's come into the matchup here to replace Daniel Bauer. Wind up in the delivery. It's another 4-pitch walk here, and that loads the bases for Jacob Jaraszewski.
So pitch one brings up right fielder, number 5, Jake Jaraszewski.
Actually, outside for a ball. Here to Jaraszewski. 1-for-1 with a single to right field. Now the umpire will go out and make the plate visible once again. No brush today. Or either that or he's got special shoes, one of the two. Of course, with no home plate there, you can't really tell what's a ball and a strike, I guess, so makes his job a little bit easier. 2 away, bases loaded. Almy on third, Mock on second, Beiswinger on first, and now pass ball into the dirt. Almy slips on his way home, and the throw, well, that will keep the runners where they were at originally here. If Almy and Mock score from third and second, that would put the 8-run rule into effect, assuming that it remained 8-run lead after the end of the 5th inning. As Davis will make a few adjustments. He'll eventually get back onto the mound here for the 2-0 pitch to Jaraszewski. Go Promo, Western Products, Valley Landscaping, TCI Insurance, Starion Bank, Sean Carlson at Town and Country Credit Union, Buffalo Wild Wings, Old Chicago, All Terrain Grounds Maintenance, and Bell Bank. Just a few of our many sponsors for the Stars down here in Omaha this week and all season long for that matter. 3 balls and no strikes here, and Davis has really been struggling to toss a strike. We'll see if he can get the free strike here on the 3-0 count. Got the strike on the outer edge, just barely got it. And he gets 2 strikes in a row, so we'll see if he can get a third one here. Payoff pitch with 2 away and the base is loaded. Here it comes. That one's fouled away. We'll have at least one more. So payoff pitch number 2. And that one is fouled away. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 fouled away pitches in that order. This is pitch number 8 of the at-bat here for Jaraszewski. Once again, the bases are loaded with 2 away as we hit the 1-hour mark of the ball game. Eli Mock, runner on third. Andy Mock, runner on second. Jackson Beiswinger, runner on first. And the pitch up high. It's a bases loaded walk to score a run. Now bring in Eli Mock from third and bring up Easton Rarick to the plate here. Shuffle Andy Mock to third. Jackson Beiswinger up to second. Jacob Jaraszewski on first now. And Davis gets the first pitch high for a ball. It's 1-0 here to Rarick. Rarick has been walked twice in this game on his 2 trips to the plate today, and we'll see if he gets walked a third time or not. Once again, 1 hour into the ball game now, and Jalen Davis winds up, delivers the 1-0 low skips it off the plate for ball 2, and that's a 2-0 count here to number 2, Easton Rarick. Buffalo Wild Wings, along with Doolittle's Woodfire Grill, Fargo Parks District, and the Fargo Parks District Foundation and the FM Area Foundation. Some more sponsors for the Stars this season here on Magnitude Sports. We certainly appreciate all their support.
Yes, sir.
2 balls and a strike. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the base is loaded here. And a chance for Davis to end the inning. He winds up and delivers. Low and in, ball 3, full count. Runners go, and it's another bases loaded walk here on a full count. That will score a run to make it 9-1 as Andy Mott comes in from third. That'll shuffle by Swinger to third. Jaraszewski up to second. Easton Rarick to first, and Wendy's Collision Center to the mound. And looks like we'll have a new pitcher here once again for Wendy's Collision Center, and it appears
I said first pitch, make sure you got the time.
so it looks like this is number 6. That'll be Connor Warshock, which means we'll have a new first baseman. Jalen Davis's day comes to a conclusion with 47 pitches, 18 strikes, and 29 balls. And now Connor Warshock will take over on the mound here for Wendy's Collision Center, and moving over to first will be number 21. That's or will it be? It's either 21 or 15. We're gonna go with 15, and then once they take their bases, if they switch, we'll flip-flop it here. But I believe Jalen Davis moves over to first base here as Warshock continues to warm up here in the bottom of the second. 1 hour and 3 minutes. Time of the game. Once again, 8-run rule is now in effect if we reach the 5th inning before the 1 hour and 45-minute time limit. So we'll see how this one pans out here over the next couple of innings. I think this is officially the longest game in my career right now. And I'm not saying that to complain or anything. I'm just making a mental note here, thinking back on all the baseball and softball games that we've broadcasted here on Magnitude Sports. I know a couple weeks ago we had a 42-minute half inning. That was probably the longest half inning of play that I can recall in recent history. And well, this is the longest 1.5 innings of, or I should say 1 2/3 innings of play that I can remember calling in recent history here. Once again, 1 hour, 4 minutes. Time limit is 1 hour 45 according to my notes, and we'll see if that ends up being the case here. So it looks like we're ready to return to action. Here's Ethan Claus, struck out and doubled to left on his first trip to the plate today as he makes trip number 2. High and in for a ball, and nearly grazed his helmet. So a couple of strikes here from Warshock. Doing a pretty good game so far here early on. High and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one, I don't know if that skimmed off the bat or not. Looks like they're going to send Byswinger back to third here. I believe that's going in the books as a fouled away pitch, because I believe it came off the handle of the bat when it came in on the inside there. Had it not touched the bat, it would have been a walk. Or no, it would have been ball 3, excuse me. That one's hit up left field. And he'll make the catch. So the Stars will strand all the runners on base on the fly out to left by Claus, but they do get a couple more across, and we head to the third with the Stars leading 9-1 here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Be right back after this here on Magnitude.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back. Curtis Buckhannon III steps up to the plate here for Wendy's Collision Center, trailing 9-1 on the Sean Carlson Town & Country Credit Union scoreboard. As we go to the top of the third now. And that one will be grounded right towards Andy Mock, and he'll flip it back to Almy for the out. And that's a 3-1 if you're recording at home on the scoreboard. And that'll bring up Tyler Steimer. So 1 pitch, 1 out here for Almy. Steimer singled out into right field last time he was at the plate. First pitch from Almy comes in for strike 1 against Steimer. Daniel Bauer on deck for Wendy's Collision Center. And that one is popped up and out of play, foul for strike 2. That one's up high. That one may have gotten away from Almy. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes now here to the batter Steimer. And Almy will wind and deliver. And a swing and a miss for a strikeout. That'll bring up Daniel Bauer to the plate here. And as Almy records strikeout number 4 here in the third inning of play. And he'll toss pitch 40 here. And that one will be grounded right towards Rarick. Rarick will scoop it up, and he will fire over to first for the 6-3 and out number 2. Or is it out number 3? I guess I must have been behind an out. So my bad. We're at the end of the inning now. So 9-1 in favor of the Post 400 Stars. We'll be back after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, welcome back. 9-1 as we go to the bottom of the third here, and the Stars have the lead. Kobe Sen will step up first. He'll be followed by Colton Almy and Andy Mock. Batters 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup here for the Stars going into the bottom half of the third. Connor Warshak on the mound, and nobody to warm up with yet as the catcher hasn't made an appearance yet onto the infield. Now he'll walk into your camera. Once again, broadcast coverage brought to you by Microsoft. Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union, Dr. Tiffany Johnson at Healing Touch Chiropractic, Network Center, Old Chicago, All Terrain Grounds Maintenance, Bell Bank, Bobcat, Buffalo Wild Wings, Doolittle's Wood Fire Grill, Fargo Parks District, and the Fargo Park District Foundation, FM Area Foundation, Frank's Lounge, General Equipment and Sales, Goldmark, Mr. Ed's Bingo and Casino Supply, O'Keefe, O'Brien, Lease and Foss Law Offices, The Power Connection, Star Bank, TCI Insurance, Valley Landscaping, Western Products, Go Promo, Higher Engineering, and a handful more supporting our coverage of the Stars and other local teams down here in Omaha, Nebraska this week and weekend. And it's been a fun one so far here. This is our third game of the day, and so far on magnitude, all the home teams have won. And I don't know, but the only team I haven't been able to follow up on is Fargo Post 2. I'm not sure how they've been doing in the Battle of Omaha tournament. I know that I think they've had a couple games. I haven't seen anything pop up on my game changers, so not 100% sure. But if we get a chance to check in on them, we certainly will do that. Right now, checking in on the Stars, it's 9-1 lead and Kobe Sen at the batter's box. And here's the pitch from Warshak, and that one hits Sen. He'll reach base on the hit by a pitch. Right now, Kindred and the West Fargo Vets playing each other, and that game's tied 0-0 at the end of one inning of play. So Colton Almy now at the batter's box here. Comes in for a strike.
Thank you.
Had a couple long games yesterday before we went on the air. The first two games played at Millard South High School both hit the 3-hour mark, and then the West Fargo game finished in 1:58. So I'm sure they welcomed that game. Of course, Watertown had bus issues. They were supposed to play at 2:30 yesterday. That game, had Watertown made it on time, wouldn't have been played anyway because the second game was still in about the fourth inning at 2:30. They got him. They got him trying to take second. And I'll take Kobe Sen off the bases as the pitch comes in for a ball. It's 1-2 now here to Colton Almy. Once again, I believe we'll be here for 2 games tomorrow, maybe 3. We'll see how everything gets rescheduled after the weather allows us to reschedule things. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now here as Warshak will deliver the 2-2, and that one's going to left center. And the left fielder there, Buchanan the third, will make the catch. And that's 2 away.
Wow, to left turns out. First baseman, number 18, Andy Mock.
That brings up Andy Mock, a single to left and a walk on his 2 trips to the plate so far. No runners on, 2 outs. Wind up in the delivery, got in there for a strike. Nice pitch there by Warshak. 0-1 here to Andy Mock now. And the pitch. That one will skip off the dirt. They'll level the count at 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. One hour, 17 minutes, time of the game now. And a strikeout. It's the quickest inning of the game here, I believe, as we end the 3rd inning of play here. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Post 400 Stars as Mock strikes out, and that brings up 5, 6, and 7. Jose Gonzalez, Max Weber, and Connor Warshak here in the top half of the 4th, and we return right after this here on Magnitude.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back. 9-1 here in favor of the Post 400 Stars. Top of the 4th, 8-run rule is in effect, so if this remains a 9-1 or higher deficit, this game will come to an end at the end of the 5th inning, assuming that we can reach that in the next 25 minutes approximately, as we have a 1 hour 45-minute time limit. According to my numbers, time of the game, 1 hour 19 minutes right now here as we go to the top of the 4th. Colton Almy remains on the mound, at least I believe he is. Yes, he's still on the mound. And Jose Gonzalez will step into the batter's box here for Wendy's Collision Center. Once again, they're out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Almy will wind up and deliver the first pitch. That's cranked into the gap in left center, and that'll be a base hit. It's the first one they've had since the 1st inning of play, and Gonzalez gets on first with a hit. They had 3 hits in the 1st inning, and they've been blanked since then until right there.
Back.
So that puts Gonzalez on base, and now bring up Max Weber 1-for-1 with a single. Gonzalez looking to get a good lead there, but the pitch will come across for a strike to Weber, who's 1-for-1 with a single. Got on an infield single. A pickoff attempt at first, not quite in time. You know, one will miss for a ball. It's 1-1 now. Wendy's Collision Center scored their run in the top of the first. Post 400 to respond with 7 of their 9 in the bottom of the first. Pick up 2 in the second. Nobody scored in the third, and that's where we sit here in the top of the fourth. A balk is called, and that will move Gonzalez up to second. Two balls and a strike here to Max Weber. Three and one. I think he's one of the only umpires who shouts out balls. I cannot recall any other game where I've heard a ball called, and it confuses me sometimes as I think he's calling a strike. But it's 3-1. That pitch will miss, and now put 2 runners on, and now Wendy's Collision Center looking to set something up. As the pitcher, Connor Warshak, will step up to the plate here for Wendy's Collision Center. And that one's smoked up high center field, and that could be a chance for Claus to make a catch. And it is. And the runners will tag. He'll try and move to third as Gonzalez, and he's out. They got him. They got him trying to tag from second, and now we'll put 2 outs on the board. I'll take Gonzalez off the base. Weber will remain at second. Nothing in one here to Jalen Davis. As Almy will stare down Weber on first. He'll set, get the signal, and deliver. And that one is sent out into center field. Shallow center, and the ball is dropped. I'm not sure which glove that went off of. I believe it might have gone off the glove of Kobe Sen, who is backpedaling as Ethan Claus was charging in, but I can't say for sure. So Jalen Davis will reach on an error, and that will push Weber up to second. Tyler Shannon, the batter now. Nothing in one, the count after the pitch there from Almy. And 1-1 now. The ball skips into the dirt. in the bottom of the first right now, and there's an out. They picked him off at first, took out Davis. And what I was going to say is in the bottom of the first, the Post 400 Comets trail the Wahpeton Post 22-0. We'll keep you updated on that game as scores continue to come into us here. Right now it's 9-1 as we head to the bottom of the fourth with the Stars up to bat. And we'll tell you who when we return after this here on Magnitude.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, welcome back. Bottom, and it's 9-1 in favor of the Post 400 Stars. Stars get 7 in the first, 2 in the second, none in the third, and we'll see if they can rebound here in the fourth and tack on a couple of insurance runs here as they look to close in on either the time limit or the 8-run after 5 rule. Time limit numbers were at an hour 28. As the sun has gone back behind the clouds now, and I think it might be drizzling a little bit out there. I'm not 100% sure. Kind of looks like it in the camera, but when I look out just in general, it doesn't look like it. So Caden Graff will start things off, followed by Tate Gustafson and Jackson Byswinger. It's batters 6, 7, and 8 for the Post 400 Stars. And another update is now 3-0. Wahpeton Post 20 leading the Post 400 Comets in the bottom of the first inning. Not sure if that game is a home or a road game for the Comets, to be honest with you. Must be a road game if Wahpeton's scoring in the bottom of the inning. So I'm guessing that one's down at John Randall Field in Wahpeton. And once again, Wahpeton Post 20 leading 3-0 over the Post 400 Comets. And right now, it's a good day for the Stars in Omaha, leading 9-1 over Wendy's Collision Center going into the bottom of the fourth. Unofficial line score so far, 9 runs on 6 hits. They've committed 1 error and left 5 on base. Wendy's Collision Center, 1 run on 4 hits. They've committed no errors and left 3 on base as we reach 1 hour, 30 minutes time of the game, and the pitch comes in for a strike to Caden Graff, and it's 0-1. Graff singled to center and reached on advanced his teammates to second and third on a sacrifice bunt last time he was at the plate. As the pitch comes across for a ball, 1-1 the count now here to Caden Graff. Tate Gustafson on deck. Warshak, pitch 15 coming up here. 9 strikes, 5 balls, and 14 pitches. And this will be strike number 10 as he records strike 2 on Graff. That one comes inside to level the count at 2-2. And that one is popped up. Chance for the second baseman possibly to make the catch, and he will. That's do we have a new second baseman? Yes, we do. We have a new second baseman, and that new second baseman is Austin Helmers for Wendy's Collision Center, and Caden Graff will pop out to him to record the out. That's 1 down now. That brings up Tate Gustafson, the catcher. Takes the first pitch for ball 1 here. Walk and a fly out. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, no runners on here for the Post 400 Stars, lead 9-1 over Wendy's Collision Center here on the Sean Carlson Town & Country Credit Union scoreboard. As the pitch now turns to 2-1 for Gustafson. And Warshak, according to my numbers, will toss pitch 20 here. The delivery is up high for ball 3. That one going to be grounded, and it will not get by Helmers. Nice grab, and he'll be tossed out on a 4-3. Helmers had to be speedy to get to that one to prevent it to going into the right field there off the bat of Gustafson, but Gustafson will ground out on the 4-3, and that'll bring up the next batter here, Jackson Byswinger. One for one, a single and a walk. The single went to shallow center. He'll duck down to take ball 1 on that pitch there. After an inning and a half, it's 0-0 still between Kindred and the West Fargo Vats. We'll keep you up to date on one here. It's even at 1-1 to Byswinger. Make that 2-1. The Tide is a sponsor here today. Stars wearing their white uniforms on a rainy, muddy field. And that one is grounded right to first, rolled right inside the foul line, and that'll go right to Davis. He'll step on the bag for the unassisted out, and that will end the 4th inning of play. 1 hour and 33 minutes, time of the game so far. And the Stars lead 9-1. After this, we'll be back with more on the Magnitude.
Game's over.
It looks like we just have a final. They're going to call it. So the Stars will pick up a win instead of being back for the 5th inning. There we go, that's the button I was looking for. We don't have a final score button in the 4th inning, so I had to hunt it down really quick. But there's your line score.